It is my first trip to Pulau Ubin as Singaporean. If not because of COVID, I may not visit this place. Great place for visiting. I also found rambutan at the island very nice to eat. Traveling to Changi village and taking the bumboat at the jetty sets you on a different mode as you go back in time when things were so much simpler. I was thrilled to see a wild boar family and was afraid to go too close as the mother might be aggressive if we go too close to her babies. We had a good lunch at the seafood restaurant. Everything seems so fresh. Very educational and interesting, is also quite unforgettable as one of our group members' umbrella was snatched by a monkey. The scenery along the boardwalk overlooking the other side of Singapore is also beautiful and scenic. The mangrove with molds made by crabs was a rare and interesting views. The seafood lunch after our activity was okay. Just take note that the tour actually begins at 9 a.m. I was not added into the WA group by the tour agency, so my mom and I were clueless of the actual tour starting time, and arrived at 9:30 a.m. instead. Nevertheless, Richard, our tour guide, was very knowledgeable and quick to think on the ground. He managed to adjust the arrangement for the tour to let the rest of the tour group take a boat to Pulau Ubin first, while he waited for me and my mum at Changi Ferry Point Terminal. He also helped to explain the situation to the rest of the group on our arrival, and we still had a very enjoyable time with the rest. We explored the Chek Jawa wetlands, walked the boardwalk and had a surprisingly yummy seafood lunch. Seafood, lawa, prawns and fish, was very fresh. Stir-fried vegetables were fresh, crunchy and sweet too. Bihun was raved by most at the table as well. Braised chicken wings were tender and omelette was delicious. We also loved the chrysanthemum hot tea and the chili sauce. The vans were also very clean and comfortable and a great respite from the mosquitoes and heat/humidity. My mum and I really enjoyed the trip with Richard, our tour guide, in the group. Richard was also very helpful to take pictures for us, recommend photo spots, point out interesting features and assist all of us in boarding and alighting the ferry boats. For first-timer visitors, please remember to use mosquito repellent and wear long sleeves, pants and bring a hat or umbrella, water bottle, wet wipes and a fan. They will come in useful. You can also choose to stay on after lunch, to explore the sensory trail, cycle, etc., or take the ferry back. This tour is a great way to be initiated to Pulau Ubin and Chek Jawa wetlands. Mark was a fantastic guide, well-versed with knowledge of mangrove and its habitat. It was indeed a memorable experience. Had a wonderful day out at Ubin. Friendly and knowledgeable tour guide, timely planning, nice walk and ended with a delicious seafood lunch. An enjoyable trip to Pulau Ubin on May 30, 2021. Guide by Richard with sharing knowledge in birds, trees, marine life and regaled us with photos and stories. On time to time Richard with remains all the safety and things to look out for. The trip ended with seaside kampong style seafood lunch. Guide Richard Lee was excellent with the geography, history, flora and fauna of Pulau Ubin, and best of all, was having the minibus ferry us from the jetty to Chek Jawa. It's a straightforward forward tour and I picked the date for high tide 2.8 meters at 10:30 a.m., and you should pick low tide if you really want to view the wetlands. No exploration of Chek Jawa on this tour, except from the boardwalk, so I rather it at high tide. Leisurely enjoyed, although most kept to themselves, maybe it's social distancing. Avoid bring snacks in plastic bags, please. You'll find out why. The wildlife have already been spoiled by too many. Check Instagram #Chek Jawa before going. Lunch was not bad. Perfect half-day getaway before the afternoon storm. The whole experience is good, the tour guide are friendly and helpful. It good for all ages, but try to avoid weekend as there is too many people, result in taxi van not enough to charter to and fro jetty to Chek Jawa. Food is delicious, but if we use the voucher I feel it not worth.